everyone, it's Destiny, and today we're back with another showcase. And before we get into today's video, I would love to know how the recent APOC went for you, what teams you ended up using for it, and also if you'd like to see more Honkai Star Rail content from me, consider subscribing to the channel, leave a like to support today's video, and real quick before we get into today's video, I wanted to show you all a way to get cheaper Oneric shards, and I also wanted to say a huge thanks to Aniba for sponsoring today's video. Aniba is a website where you can purchase Oneric shards at a discount, and all you have to do is provide your Star Rail UID, select the pack that you would like to purchase, and well, bam, within a few minutes, you will receive the Oneric shards within your account, and now you'll be able to pull for your favorite characters at a discount. You can also use Aniba for other games as well, such as Genshin Impact, Zenless Zone Zero, and so on. Aniba also has 10% cash back for your purchases. All you have to do is, after your purchase, go to your orders, claim your cash back, and now you can use your cash back on anything on Aniba's website. And if you would like, you can even get more Oneric shards by doing this. For those interested, you can check out Aniba using my link in the description. And now let's carry on with today's video. So here we are with APOC difficulty 4, and we're going to be using a main DPS Lingsha team for today. We're just going to use our techniques and then get straight into it. But for Lingsha, she has a very nice AoE frequency, which we can nicely take advantage of for today's showcase. And on top of that, Break is able to do excellently against Argenti here, which you can use multiple Break characters. For example, you can use Firefly, you can use Lingsha, you can use Rappa, and so on. So there's multiple characters you can end up using. But for today, I really wanted to use Lingsha since I just personally love main DPS Lingsha, or just using it whenever I can. Lingsha's always been a pretty fun character in my opinion, just because of how frequently she can attack enemies. And now with the Dahlia here, we are just going to use her ultimate, which will implant the fire weakness, but Argenti already had fire weakness, so it's perfectly fine. With the Dahlia, we will just use her skill, and now with Lingsha here, what we can do is use her skill, Fugue will attack, and boom! And now we can use Lingsha's ultimate and immediately break Argenti here, and what, bam! Now we're going to get advanced forward. Now with Fugue, what we can do is just simply basic attack and follow up here with her ultimate, and bam! Now with Ruan Mei, we can replenish our skill. The Dahlia can just simply skill as well, and now Lingsha should be able to break Argenti, and we should be able— oh, never mind! The Dahlia is gonna just freaking destroy Argenti, oh my gosh! Go Fugue, break these summons right here. Alright, with Fugue, we could just basic. Now with Lingsha, we can just break both of these right here. What, bam! And now with the Dahlia, same thing. Now we're going to get the damage boost, which doesn't really matter too much here. We can just work towards breaking Argenti here. Now Fugue will come in. There we go. Well, bam! There comes in the Dahlia. Okay. So Argenti attacked Lingsha. That's actually perfect here since we can just break. Boom! And now, well, bam, there we go. And now with Fugue, we can just replenish the buff here on Lingsha. With the Dahlia, we can skill. With Lingsha here, I will also skill. The Dahlia will come in with her follow-up. And now with Ruan Mei, we should be able to get a pretty nice clear. Oh my gosh, okay. That was unfortunately like 50 AV loss. We could have possibly had a way higher score. So we're just going to break right here, and yeah, there we go. Boom! Oh wait, 1%! Okay, boom! There we go. It's still a pretty good score in my opinion. You can use a Caster's team, an Evernight team. You can use a main DPS Anaxa. You could use a damage over time team. There's definitely multiple teams that you can go with. For today, I'm just gonna use my Herda since she was already on side 2 for when I did difficulty 3. So we're just going to keep that consistent right here, and we can just use Hyacinth's ultimate. There we go. Go, Tribby, go! And now little Ika is gonna come in. Boom! I will say, fighting these enemies though is pretty annoying as they do continuously reduce your energy, which can definitely be a pain since it can result in you not getting your ultimate when you would ideally want it. We could just basic right here, and now what we could do is use both of our ultimates back to back. And boom! There we go. Go Jade. Oh, nice. Okay, Tribby got more energy, which that can work out nicely since Tribby can assist with advancing the team forward. Now with Herta here, we can just use the enhanced skill. And we're getting really close to breaking them. There we go, nice. So now with the Herta, we can just use the enhanced skill once again. It won't do as much damage since there weren't that many stacks of interpretation onto these enemies, but it is okay. Go, little Ika! Now with Jade, we can basic and now follow up here with Herta. I believe we might be able to move on to phase 2 here. Let's see. And boom! There we go. Oh no, my Tribby energy! Okay, it's fine. We could just basic. And now we can advance everyone forward once again. So this works out, it's perfectly fine. We're going to attack the enemy onto the right here since they do have the most stacks, and bam! Now Jade will come in with the follow-up, which is great. And we also got an additional skill point there, and we got advanced forward a bit, which is perfect. Now little Ika will attack these enemies. And with Jade, we will replenish the buff here. With Tribby, we will have to skill. And okay, I really hate how they keep taking my energy, but I guess whenever we do get more energy, then it's definitely in our favor. Now Hyacinth can use her skill. And let's see. Oh my gosh, don't punch Hyacinth. Uh-oh. Okay, with Herta here, we are going to use her ultimate. Then follow up here with Hyacinth's. And boom! Now we're going to follow up here with Hyacinth's ultimate, please. Okay, Hyacinth ultimate, let's go. Go, little Ika, show them who's boss. Well, bam! Now we can focus in the middle once again. Jade will come in with her follow-up, and now we can basic attack, use her ultimate, and we should be able to break here, I believe. Yeah, there we go. Now we will get advanced forward, which is perfect. And now with Hyacinth, we can just skill. And boom! Now with Herta here. Oh my gosh, there's so many enemies with 42 stacks. Well, bam! And I believe we can actually finish off this fight right here. Go, Herta, go! And now what we can do is just finish off here with our enhanced skill. And there we go. We were able to get a really nice clear here with my Herta, which Herta is by far one of my most invested into characters. I just absolutely love her so much. She is my favorite character and I will always be a Herta main. And there we go. We got some pretty nice scores right here. We got all of the points. Even without as many Eidolons, you can definitely get a nice score. When it comes to side 1, Lingsha is just a really nice option. But of course, if you already have Firefly will be able to do very nicely on side 1. Just trying to ensure that you can nicely break Argenti summons will be very useful for that particular fight, and of course a break is able to do very nicely against him. As for side 2, having AoE can be pretty useful here as well, so when it comes to the Herta, of course, when it comes to Anaxa, using a caster's team, and even if we take a look at the buffs right here, this top buff right here will be really good for those that have Castress or even a main DPS Evernight, whatever it may be. As for the middle buff, this can be nice with damage over time or just if you're able to inflict a damage over time state onto an enemy. Then for the last one, you'll be able to get an additional bonus if you have a character from the Path of Erudition on the team. So in this case, that's why I mentioned the Herta. You can also consider once again Anaxa. Of course, you can use characters outside of this as well for side 2. And then for side 1, break is going to be able to do really well. The first buff will be able to further increase the break damage of all allies. The second buff will allow the character in the first slot. So in this case, the character in the first slot is Lingsha. They'll be able to ignore 15% of the enemy's defense when dealing damage. And for the last buff, the more skills you use, the more you'll increase your crit damage, which this can stack up to 10 times, and you'll be able to increase your crit damage by 6% each time, resulting in up to a 60% crit damage boost. We can go over my Lingsha team here. So here are Lingsha's stats. We do have our signature light cone, but of course you can consider plenty of other abundance alternatives. For our relics, we're just using Forge and the Iron Break set. And we also do have an energy regen rope, but you can also use a break rope. With the Dahlia, here she is. Her light cone is her signature light cone. Trace is maxed out except for basic attack. Relics are using Forge and the Iron Break set. And then for Eidolon, she is E0. As for Fugue, here she is. Solitary Healing. Trace is maxed out. Relics are using Forge and the Iron Break set. And my Fugue is also E1. And then lastly, we have Ruan Mei here. She is using the Battle Pass light cone here, but this is only super in position 1. You can, of course, consider using light cones such as Dance and Sands, Memories of the Past, and so on. Trace is maxed out except for basic attack. Relics are just using Watchmaker and Sprightly Von Whack, and then Ruan Mei is E1 as well. These Stellar Jades will be used for saving for 4.0. But yeah, if you did challenge the latest APOC, I'd love to know what teams you use. And if you did enjoy today's video, consider subscribing to the channel, leave a like to support today's video, and I hope to see you all next time. Peace.